What's up, guys and gals, and welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're checking out, one of those games where you run your hand over wheat, and there's an inexplicable lady in the background just being like, and then, like, somewhere in this entire equation, you have some deep-voiced gruff guy with, like, a black beard being like, when I think of Elysium, I think of 104 AD. There's always got to be, like, some vague, rough-voiced narration over the top of it. But in all seriousness, this is a Legionary's life. It's a game where you take on the daily life of a member of the Roman Legion. This is my first impressions of the game, so let's dive on in. We're going to check the game on out, decide if it's the kind of thing that you want to see. If at the end of this video you find that you want to have this game, I'll have a link for you down below, like I always do in the description, because I'm just doggedly faithful like that. A foreword of warning. This game is unlike most RPGs. In general, it is not designed to put you in a situation where the odds are against you unless you willingly step into it, but challenges should be picked carefully and based on your Legionary's strengths and weaknesses. Your character will more or less frequently fail at tasks. That's okay, you can't succeed at everything. Don't get discouraged when it happens. No check in this game is a toss-up. Even though there is a random factor, your odds of success depend on your stats and the difficulty of the task at hand. Combat can be hard at first, but you will get a lot better once you have the hang of it. The same rules that apply to you also apply to the AI. This game will never cheat. There are help buttons on many screens. Okay, cool. Sounds good. So we can actually pick our character. We can decide if we want it to be, like, physical, I guess. Oh, wow, there's a bunch of stats. So character creation, we can focus on mental. We can focus on physical. Okay. All right, so let's look at what the stats do. Strength is the direct influence on the damage you deal. Endurance allows you to fight to the best of your ability for longer. Constitution is your capacity to absorb damage. Quickness makes you act more frequently in combat. Coordination helps you recover faster and more effectively when you lose your stance. Okay. This guy seems to be pretty good at fighting. Not very good at anything else, though. Let's just kind of roll. I mean, I guess it doesn't really. I do like randomly rolling stats, though. That's something that I enjoy a lot. If we go with balanced, what happens? Oh, it keeps them much closer in the threshold. So you get, like, much less spikes, essentially, in the rolls. Like, it increases and decreases the caps. Okay. All right. Well, I mean, we are a legionary, so I would assume that on a certain level we should probably be strong and we should probably be a decent fighter, right? Like, after all, we are going to be wielding the gladius in the pursuit of expanding the empire. Quickness, endurance, constitution. It's a pretty decent spread right there. I don't hate that. Let's go for it. What is our character's name? I don't know. I don't know any Roman names. Like, what are some good Roman names? I guess I'll go with... You know what? Never mind. We're not even going to go with a Roman name, all right? We're going to go with the Gaul, because I feel like that's the coolest name that a country has ever had. Like, never has a word described a country better in the context of the time than Gaul. The great Roman obsession with Gaul. The First War lasted for over 20 years. Conflict had been only a matter of time. Once the relentless expansion of Rome came close to the huge Carthaginian sphere of influence, a young power propelled by a staggering self-confidence, Rome had most of the Italic peninsula under its control at the time. On the other side was the Punic city of Carthage, a centuries-old naval colossus dominating the western Great Sea. An insurmountable gap in power and prestige seemed to divide the two cities. Unexpectedly, the Roman Republic emerged victorious, incomplete as the victory was. Building upon its success, the city's maritime territory grew larger and more secure, while humiliating conditions well beyond the actual extent of the defeat were imposed upon Carthage. Nevertheless, the price was tremendous for both parties. Some say that not even Alexander's conquest devoured so many lives. It all paled compared to what was to come. The truce that followed lasted for a generation. You were a child when the situation hovered on the brink of war once again. You still remember the talk of Rome back then, when everybody expected the looming conflict to take place in the distant colonies of Hispania to the west, now that an attack by sea was nigh impossible. The astonishment when the news reached the city is still fresh in your memory. A bold not yet 30 Carthaginian general named Hannibal Barca led an army through the lands of the fierce Gauls and across the mountains to the north. The war was here in Italia, a few hundred miles from Rome itself. The following years were marked by growing panic as reports of whole armies annihilated by Hannibal kept coming. The Punic general was stronger, smarter than anything Rome had ever faced before. Yet his attempt to turn the Italic allies on the Republic was unsuccessful. Defeating him in a pitched battle was beyond the realms of possibility. That much was clear to the Romans. At the same time, he could not lay siege to the capital. The conflict turned into an endless war of attrition. Dude, this music is kind of hyped right now. I don't know if I'm about to go into, like, Roman warfare or if I'm about to attack a Star Destroyer in my X-Wing. This music's kind of epic. Meanwhile, another war was being fought in faraway Hispania, crucial to prevent reinforcements from joining Hannibal. About a year ago, the Roman legions were soundly defeated, and their commanders, Proconsul Publius Cornelius Scipio and his brother Gnaeus, were killed. What little remained of the army was now controlling a small patch of land. Even after reinforcements joined the survivors, the situation looked more desperate than ever. When the Centuriate Assembly had to appoint a new proconsul, only Scipio's son, a young man still in his 20s, stepped forward. No one else wished to take on such a hopeless assignment. You, on the other hand, had no choice at all. Right after you'd come of age, you were enrolled in a freshly raised legion, part of a second 11,000-strong reinforcement bound to accompany the new proconsul. After a brief training period, you embarked on a long journey to Hispania. Now you've reached your destination and joined what is left of the previous army. Apparently, with the Romans out of the picture, the Carthaginians have divided into 3 large hosts, each of them at least as big as your current force. They are a long way from your headquarters, committed to securing the entire region. So far away from your home that you can hardly comprehend the distance, with little to no chance of ever seeing your family again. Deprived of most of the rights you held as a civilian, you feel strangely calm as you prepare to face the hardships to come. Okay. Well, we've got our character sheet right here. We can take a look. Apparently my awareness is bad. Is that because I've got like a helmet on or something? Is that what's doing it? Ah, yes, my light Celtic helmet has made that occur. We also have a pectoral plate, just in case. Does the ragdoll work? Like, if I take this off, does it actually take it off my character? Do I become like a nudie boy? No! Well, pet peeve validated. I want it to, like, change my ragdoll when I put this stuff on. We've got a italic xiphos. Okay. We've also got a scutum. Nice. We've also got some javelins just hanging around, a couple of pilums, just in case, you know, when the auxilii go out to fight, they start running back, trying to get back across the lines. We're like, protect the skirmishers! Throwing the pilums up over their heads, trying to take out the enemy. Okay, I feel it. I feel it. We don't have any shoes on right now. We're shoeless. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. Our morale is content, and we are apparently somewhat virtuous. I have accomplished no deeds, and I have not defeated anyone. I feel like I should probably train. Your sword skill has a very high chance of improving, but only when the value is low. What's my sword skill right now? Like, how is my... We have 29 sword skill? Okay. Let's learn our sword and shield. That sounds good. You spend a lot of time sparring with whoever's available. Unfortunately, you don't get better. Aw, weak. You're definitely getting better at it. Sword and shield has increased. Nice. Oh, people have to have a high opinion of me in order for me to do that one right there. Okay. Let's maybe do... maybe some javelin practice. Yeah, there we go. We'll javelin up a little bit. That sounds good. Spar a little bit more. I have over-exercise stress. Feels bad. I don't want to do that. That makes me feel bad about myself. Let's do some leisure then. We can hang around. We can play dice. We can play a board game. We can spend denarii. Let's just hang around. You spend a little spare time without doing anything in particular. You just want to relax and rest. Your opinion with the troop is increased by 1, and your morale is increased by 1. Nice. Okay. So my morale is apparently high now. Am I still, like, fatigued? Well, I still want some more sword skill. So we've got some over-exercise stress right now. But our sword skill is getting better. Like, it's increased. And so is our shield skill. I'm trying to get better at fighting right now. I want to make sure that, like, we are a soldier, all right? I feel like in other games, this might be a waste of my time because I could be working on charisma or brains or something. But in this game, we are a warrior. It is guaranteed we are going to end up in combat. Therefore, to my reckoning, it seems like a really good idea that maybe we should be good at fighting. Just to avoid any potential, like, penetration of our body with pointy objects. We've got workouts over there. I should probably do that too. Let's shoot some dice. Yeah, you frequently pass time playing dice with comrades. Sounds good to me. We gained denarii. Nice, dude. Apparently somebody got mad at us. They're all salty. How much denarii do I have right now? I should probably check my finances before, like... How much denarii do I have? Where do I see? I got 60 silver coins right now. Okay. I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't burning through my money like crazy. We've got an extra patrol. Your troop and centurion's opinions may improve even more so if your charisma's high. There's also the risk of an unpleasant encounter. We can apply for extra guard duty. Okay, so our morale will suffer if we do that. We've got extra coaching. We have to be an Optio or a Centurion to get that right there. We can offer a sacrifice. Let's do an extra patrol. You volunteer for extra patrol duty. Your opinion has increased by 1. Random encounter. Your patrol comes under attack by a distant group of slangers. You are unharmed. The slingers melt into the nearby vegetation. Any attempts at pursuit would be fruitless and probably led to another ambush. Those were not enemy troops. It looks like the locals aren't super happy about your presence. Similar episodes are being reported more and more frequently. Well, at least I didn't get buried in rocks, dude. Slings are no joke. Like, people sleep on slings. There's a reason the sling was the dominant ranged weapon until the advent of, like, the longbow. Like, slings, like a sling stone, can be thrown at the same velocity as a 9mm bullet. Like, people don't understand that. Like, if you've got a sling stone that's like a magnesium sulfide or like an iron oxide or a lead sulfide that you've pulled out of the bottom of a river and then smoothed over, like, those things are gnarly. Like, they can basically go straight through your head if you catch a nasty shot from somebody. Also, in Roman times, we actually have leftover sling stones from Roman times that we found on old battlegrounds and whatnot, and the Romans like to write messages on their sling stones, and they are all deeply unpleasant and disparaging of the enemy's mothers. You can look those up if you Google it. Like, there was one that made me laugh when I read it. One of the sling stones said, in Latin on it, it said, "I hope this hits you in the dick." And that's the moment that I knew that humanity has never changed. Humans back then are identical to humans nowadays. They are the exact same. They had the same sense of humor. They had the same jokes. We have changed so little in 2,000 years. Like, that was the one that made me laugh the most of all the things that they wrote on the sling stones in that little article that I read. We can buy and sell. We can search for items to buy and sell on our own based on our intelligence. We can search for it. We found a new Celtic helmet. We don't really have a lot of money, so, like, it might not be a good idea to go after any of that stuff. I was kind of wondering... Yeah, that's fine. We can continue. That's cool. What workouts do we have? We can run to increase our quickness and endurance. I was hoping we had something in here that would increase our coordination. Oh, we do. I'm sorry, my awareness. My awareness seems to be a weak point right now. Let's go after endurance is kind of a weak spot. I think it's a good idea. So you go for run to get some extra training. There you go. Perfect. Keep on running. Quickness has increased. Nice. Endurance has increased. You received your regular pay of 37 denarii. The thread of your life is spun. The winter is especially harsh. Without proper equipment, you'll have a hard time dealing with it. Okay. Yeah, we'll get some adequate clothes and sleeping gear. You'll be far from comfortable, but at least you should be spared the worst. Yeah, it sounds fine by me. Let's do it. We got some more endurance right there. There we go. We've brought endurance up into line with everything else now so that at least our cluster is kind of collected. Let's go back, and I think we probably need to take some leisure time. We'll hang around for a little bit. People apparently like us. So there you go. We don't have a lot of time to play around with, but let's get some javelin practice in. There we go. I assume there's going to be a skirmishing portion. You were on guard duty when you hear a strange noise. It came from somewhere to your left. Investigate? It's an owl, a bad omen according to tradition. You go back to your post, unable to shake off the uneasy feeling. The rest of your shift passes by without incident. Okay. I didn't know owls were bad luck in Rome. I like owls. Well, I like owls now. I did not like owls after I saw the fourth kind. Time is over. Move on to the next main battle when you feel ready. Okay. Let's go to battle. The camp bursts into activity as the whole army prepares to leave. Your march to the south. It doesn't take very long for your destination to become apparent. You are bound for New Carthage, the capital of the Carthaginian colonies here in Hispania. It's a daring move and very, very risky. Several days later, you reach your destination and set camp not far from the city. According to Camp Talk, the closest enemy army is about 10 days' march from here. A long siege is out of the question. You'll have to take New Carthage by storm. You cast a glance at the city walls. They're strong. The thought of fighting your way up there makes your stomach churn. It's hard to not think about you may be looking at the place where your days will end. Yeah, that would suck, man. Just gotta sit there and look at the walls for a little bit and just be like, I hope I don't die. That would suck. Oh, man, I accidentally closed. So here's the thing, right? My hand hovers on my keyboard near my escape key. My escape key is so, like, the keys on my keyboard are so ridiculously sensitive. Like, if you compress them, like, less than a millimeter, they still go off. And so, like, you got to be careful about that. The next morning, your man-nipple, is among the first to move out of the camp and reach the plain right in front of the city. Well, I'm a brave man, and so it makes sense that I would also have brave nipples, okay? If what your centurion said is true, the garrison of New Carthage consists of a small mercenary army, possibly 1,000 strong, and of course, city militia. You're taking your place on the battlefield when cries of alarm rise from the ranks. You look ahead with a start. The city gate is open. A screaming mass numbering thousands leaves the safety of the walls, quickly closing the gap with your partially deployed first line. That's a daring move to sally out against a superior force. That's a bold move, Cotton. Let's see how that plays out. Judging by their scant equipment, they must be militia. The city commander wouldn't risk his precious mercenaries like this. Blood pounding in your ears, you get ready to receive them as the first battle of your life engulfs you. Good news here is we are professional soldiers that are probably the peak of military efficiency for the time. There was like the Romans, and there was like the Chinese, and there was the places over in like Saudi Arabia and whatnot that were like the peak of martial and scientific discipline during this time period. So, up against uneducated militia, like, we probably stand a decent chance. We're probably not going to die too horribly. When the other side is at the right distance, you prepare to hurl a javelin. Let's throw it into the enemy ranks. You play it safe and hurl it in the general direction of the hostile troops. An embarrassing throw. Let's hope nobody noticed the pathetic attempt. Aw, weak, dude. The other side gets closer and closer. You steel yourself. Okay. Javelin? Apparently I missed again. I can take a respite, apparently. You can hover your mouse over any element of the combat UI to look at its tooltip. For example, each selectable action has a tooltip explaining what it does. Okay, so what does respite do? I'm just saying, I'm a hovering. So what does respite do? Let's find out. Fatigue reduced by 1, no consequence. Okay. Got soft spot. Opens a new menu where you can select a specific soft spot attack. A soft spot attack works like a normal attack, except your weapon skill has a greater influence over the bypass armor chance at the cost of a lower chance to hit. Okay, we can also feint. Okay. We can use our shield. Alright. Like, I guess if the enemy's here, we might as well attack. We can attack the torso. Yeah, do that. That seems to have, like, what does the A mean over here? What's the difference between the A and the H? Chance to hit the opponent, chance to get through their armor. Gotcha. Okay. Sounds good. Let's do a torso strike. I missed? Well, you better do it again. I missed again? Lame, dude. Alright, let's recover. Apparently, recovery failed. There we go. We got a little bit back. Let's... What is that? Like how wounded he is? So health is the top one, and then stance is the blue one. And then the green one is your fatigue. Okay. Alright. Go for another... We can go for the head. That's a pretty decent chance. Yeah, we'll go for the torso. It's a hit. 5 damage. Nice, dude. So he tried to recover. Let's maybe take a shield second. We can shield knock them. What does the C mean? What does that do? Chance to overcome the opponent's resistance. Okay. Yeah, charge him. Yeah! That's what I'm talking about right there. All right, so now is he like super open to attacks? He is. Kill him. Finish him off with a... Do a neck strike, dude. Oh, let's go for the head. Never mind. Let's go for the head. Oh, he's not feeling too good now. He's not feeling too good now. Get him with another headshot. Oh, I missed. I had such a good chance to hit him, though. Okay. All right. Let's cancel this. We're going to recover. Let's do a respite. Oh, respite is for, okay, so for your fatigue. So we can recover our stance or we can recover our fatigue. I get it. Okay, let's recover our stance a little bit. He did a quick feint. Okay. What does he have left right there? I feel like the shield charge went really, really well. Let's recover some stamina. He attacked my groin? Dude, did you try to stab me in the wiener? That's not cool. He doesn't have a whole lot of stuff going on right there. We can feint, I think. Let's do a quick feint. It failed, unfortunately, so that's kind of a bummer. I'm trying to reduce his stamina, right? Or I'm trying to reduce his poise right now. Apparently, I am not good at feinting, like, at all. There we go. Let's knock that down ever so slightly. He's just, like, spamming recovery right now. And we can go for a leg strike. Yeah, do the leg strike. It's a hit. They said that hits to the limb are going to lower their poise, and the situation is shifting. You won't be able to keep facing the current enemy for much longer. What does a soft spot do? I kind of want to go after it, but, like, I feel like we're kind of winning right now. Go for a torso strike. There we go. I prefer... Oh, he tried to charge me. All right, I'm going to charge you back, bro. Yeah, how you like that charge right there? How'd you like that one? How'd you like that one, my guy? Head strike. Eventually, the enemy formation starts breaking apart. Very soon, panic spreads as their wavering turns into a rout. Nice, dude. Apparently, everybody likes me better now because I threw down on the front lines. I was out there just like sea-walking on people. The Carthaginian militia is in disarray. An improvised pursuit is attempted, but your vanguard is stopped at the city gate before it can break in. Okay. Well, people like me at least, so that's good. Like, if nothing else, at least people don't hate my guts. The Centurion beckons to some of your comrades. After a brief talk, they move away from the man nipple. You wonder what's going on. The rest of you will storm the city walls. Many ladders are being propped up against the wall, while a constant shower of missiles is raining down from the battlements. Man, you gotta watch out for those patriots, dude. They'll get you. The Centurion promised to share a generous portion of the reward should he manage to be the first man over the walls. Let's help him out. Let's do it. You were one of the first to spring forward, determined to open the way. You stumble, losing speed and balance. Now you are an easy target. One of the missiles hits you. Your health has been decreased. You are too vulnerable here. You are hit again. The defender's resistance gets more and more reckless with despair. There's no way to reach the top. At least the Centurion has noticed your intrepid effort. The cacophony is unbearable. Cries from enemies and allies blend with the thuds of stones and smaller projectiles bouncing all around you. Suddenly the noise begins to dwindle and fade. You can't believe what you're seeing. Hundreds of Roman legionaries are running along the top of the wall, coming from the north. How'd they get here? Anyways, the Punics are melting before them, leaving the battlements unguarded. In the end, your allies reach the gate and open it, letting in the bulk of your legions. Nice. Off we go. You follow the man nipple into the city streets. Your orders are very clear. Secure the city by killing everything that meets you in the open. Hopefully nobody will be so ill-considered. For the great man nipple! Your thoughts are interrupted when a small number of militiamen stand in your path. I don't care about that. I don't care about that. Apparently, I have no fatigue remaining. It's not good. He's an expert militiaman. Well, that's no fun. Am I about to get buried? I get the feeling that I'm about to get buried. I was going to say, I got to take a respite. I don't really have a choice. Like, it depends how much it's going to fail, but, like, I'm kind of a weak combatant right now. Oh, the fatigue builds up. So all of these meters go down, but for whatever reason, this one builds up. Oh. Oh. I don't know how I feel about that. Just recover for a turn, please. All right, and then we're going to shield charge him. We'll take another recovery. Why not? Oh, I'm going to fail at recovering because I'm just that good at my job. I can't even relax properly. That's how inept I am. 2 of your comrades have joined the fight. Nice. That's probably a good thing considering I'm getting, like, buried right now. Like, I'm not having a good day. Like, this man is overpowering me and I need your help. I just want to recover. That's all that I want, is to get my poise back. Because right now, I am a sitting duck for getting stabbed. Like, the lower this meter is, the higher their hit chances against you. This one right here basically gives you, like, tiredness buffs. And so, like, we definitely don't want to have this meter low. I need my hit chance to be decent. Let's go for a torso strike. There we go. 3 damage. Sounds good. Nice. This guy's getting tore up right now. Yup. Oh, we hit him for 12. That's not a bad hit right there. That's not bad at all. Oh, you killed him? I wanted to kill him. Man, you look at the militiaman's lifeless body and quick thoughts flicker through your mind. It's our first kill, man. We gotta celebrate it. After surviving another clash, you feel exhilarated with a sense of invincibility. An officer yelling out orders brings you back down to earth with a bump, and you move on. You keep marching along the streets as is custom. Looting is strictly prohibited until the battle is over. Okay. I guess we're at the rally point now. This game is called A Legionary Life. I think this is a game that's going to be appealing to a very specific group of people. And frankly, I actually kind of like how you have the training periods in between, like, going to war and going to battle. Like, I think this is kind of actually a pretty immersive text-based game that's got just enough graphics to get you into the play of it. Like, it's not much of a looker, but it does have great sound. Like, it has a good soundtrack, and the core gameplay loop has got me addicted already to where, like, I like the training into battle, then back out. Like, the game seems to correct for your mistakes, so, like, we were probably going to lose that fight right there, but I think this is, like, the newbie period of the game, so it threw in 2 more soldiers real fast to make sure that that didn't happen. Like, I like it. This is kind of rare subject matter, like an RPG based in Legionary times that, like, you don't really get. And so anyways, just based on uniqueness alone, I think the game has appeal. But aside from that, so far everything has worked. We've had no bugs or technical issues. The presentation is minimal, but then again, they do such a good job with the writing and the descriptions that, like, I don't think it needs to be much more than that. I grew up playing MUDs and whatnot on Apple IIe. You know, like, RPGs back then were just text-based too. And so, like, well, not MUDs on an, like, basically, I played RPGs on the Apple IIe. MUDs were later on. But anyways, I'll see y'all later. If you like this video and you want to see more, make sure you leave a like on it. If you don't know who I am and what I do and you got here on accident, my name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile in the world of indie games every single day so you don't have to. I buy most of them to pick through the good and the bad. You take it all, and there you have another video on my channel. I'll see y'all later. How do, everybody?